This is quite.
Welcome to episode 10. We're in double digits, boys. Episode 10 of the Bias Bettors podcast. As always, our one goal is to make you more money. We come to you live from across the nation tonight with our collective of 6 of the greatest betting minds you will ever find. As you can see on the screen for our YouTube followers, 115 and 87 on the year, right at about a 60% clip. So the bias bettors come into the week hot, and that doesn't include Double G. He's heating up already. We hate that he bets the NBA, but he's going to make you some money this year. What are you, 2-0 already, Double G?
2-0.
Speaking of who's hot, we're going to jump into the who's hot slide. Let's start with Dudley. What do you got for who was hot this week, Dudley?
Shameless plug. I put myself in 3-0 weekend. I'm back.
He's back.
I have the honorable Brigham Young. They have a football team, and that football team is not that terrible. I have Nate Heisey. Everybody was trashing on that young man last year, and he is 24 for his last 38 three-point attempts. Just absolutely
Oof.
dialed right now. An elite
Oof.
shooter. And then I
Hold
also
on, hold
put
on.
in Chauncey. What?
When is that picture? When is that from?
It's gonna be
His
fresh,
Northern Iowa days,
freshman
probably
Okay.
year
like
at
8 years
UNI.
ago.
So he's 24 of 38 this year, or that includes last year?
Includes last year.
Of course.
So
Who
everybody was
is
dunking
who
on
is
him,
Nate
saying he was
Heisey?
terrible. Yeah, I do believe he killed Iowa.
Again, who is he?
Oh, okay. And then I also have one of the best poker players in all of the NBA, Chauncey Billups. Give it up for him. What a great run he had on that poker table. And I have the camera up above him.
Double G, quite the makeshift gift there. What do you got going on in the middle of our screen?
That Club
Hey,
Penguin?
yeah, Club Penguin. We've been grinding all year in Club Penguin, aka the Bias Betters, to get on the Who's Hot slide.
This
Took
is
it
a first.
2-0. 2-0 basketball week, even though we've hit 4 of the 6 weeks on the double G TD parlay. We still can't get on it. Took a 2-0 spread week. We respect it. We're just going to keep working.
Did AG? What was AG's record last year
Last
Last
year,
week?
or last week? Sorry,
I went 3-1. Pretty easy, but
feels like that's a who's hot, isn't it?
Not when you're 2-0 in Club Penguin, BB gun.
True.
Moving on from who's hot to who's cold. None of the bias bettors had an off week. Everybody had a winning record, so nobody from the bias bettors finds himself on the who's cold slide. But I just got to say it. I'm a transplant, moved out of the state. I'm here in sunny Arizona. It was 90 degrees and beautiful today. The entire state of Minnesota is cold. And what a god awful football team. Just a pathetic showing. What do you have to say for yourself, BB Gun?
I said this. I said this last couple weeks. PJ Fleck, and this is. Let me preface it. PJ Fleck is the little brother, but he's Kirk Ferentz 2.0. We are going to be 2 games above 500 every year for as long as he's here. I hate it, but I respect it. So now I feel like I'm in the Iowa band camp, but we are getting just railroaded by Iowa every fucking year.
At least he's not having seizures on the sideline. That's a big step
Yeah.
up.
There's Trey. Oh, who was that? Jerry Kill.
Kill.
he's doing all right for himself.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, Minnesota, pathetic performance. My God.
You weren't sending many texts. Did you watch the game, BB Gun?
Yeah, I did. I saw the text rolling in. Don't worry.
I don't know if I've had that much fun watching an Iowa Hawkeye football game ever.
Also,
I mean,
the Iowa fans, this is every single year. They lose a game early. Shout out Duds. They lost to their bigger brother, Iowa State.
All right.
And they
Cool
just
it.
like
Cool it.
they're burning Gronowski jerseys. They're like, oh, this fucking team sucks. And then they go on a little fucking win streak, and here we go. They beat Minnesota. Like, oh, look at us. We got 3% chance to make the playoffs. And everybody's back on the Kirk Ferentz boat. I hate it every year. It's the same story every year.
We got a difference here. Your South Dakota boy can actually play quarterback. We never.
What did I say?
Easy.
Some
He's a
people
winner.
on this
He has
pod
one
were calling
touchdown
him
pass. Well, that's not playing quarterback. That's
He's a winner.
that's a
Wildcat.
running back.
The hell of a
That's a
lot better
running
than
back
Deacon
ball.
Hill.
Yeah, that's the best quarterback they got.
If you lived through the Deacon Hill era, you deserve this right now. All right, Dudley, you got to talk about your football team. Also on the Who's Cold slide, just a complete landslide names right now. You were there on Saturday, correct?
That was one of the weirdest games I'd been to because it was like, well, I mean, everybody saw how it started. It looked like for a solid, I don't know, I'd say 27 minutes. The first 27 minutes of that game, it looked like Iowa State was going to throttle BYU. Either there's a gunfight outside or fireworks going off. I might have to put that in the Facebook group.
All Iowa.
Gunshots or fireworks. But yeah, no, it was awful. And then the second half was what I was expecting that game to be. I could not have been more wrong on how that game went. I thought BYU would be able to run all over Iowa State. They couldn't run at all. They threw all over Iowa State, which is just unbelievable. But it happens. They'll figure it out. Ish.
Ish.
Who's the special teams coach for the Cyclones?
They don't have one.
Oh man, it just keeps coming back to bite in their punt return team. It's been a problem for years.
Nice in the last year, yeah.
I know what you're referring to, AG. Yeah, number 4-7. It's an ugly look for BYU, but he had some dots on Saturday. So you got to,
He
you
grinds.
don't say it often, but when a guy's back there rolling out, throwing dots, wearing 47, you eventually just start to earn some respect from the gallery. One more part of Who's Cold slide, Double G. You got I believe is that the Brooklyn
Not
Nets?
talking
And
about the Brooklyn Nets on the show.
what do we got here, Double G?
All I got is there's two NBA teams without a win. So if we pick their unders, like someone on this pod who may have told you guys about it, Brooklyn's 0-5 and the Pelicans are 0-4. Just noteworthy moving forward.
What were the lines at?
Brooklyn was like low 20s. And they might have a running, honestly, BB gun for the lowest win total there's ever been. I don't see it.
Okay, hold on. Let's play a game. Anyone but Double G, name one player on the Brooklyn Nets right now.
Cam Thomas.
Is Jared Allen still on the Nets?
No.
Paul Pierce? Chris Levert. Karis Levert, that was his name.
No.
I can't name one. I cannot name a single net right now.
Garnett.
Cam Thomas.
Garnett. Cam Thomas is correct. Outside of Cam Thomas, I would have a hard time as well.
So is Zion Williamson fat? Is that the issue then, or why are they losing
he's
games?
actually we saw him this year, and he's actually a little bit slimmed down, and they're still not very good.
I saw a tweet that he has some sort of weight incentive in his contract. Is that legit or is that bullshit?
I don't think that's legit.
He's on the big O. He's on the big O. Come on, give it to him.
Charles Barkley and Zion Williamson.
All right, and then I'm going to hand this one back to Dudley for the Who's Dead slide of the week.
Bill O'Brien, again, almost had it. I also had PJ Fleck rowing the boat on the Edmund Fitzgerald. The OGs know. By the way, 50th anniversary of the Edmund Fitzgerald here on next Monday.
Yeah, I like that.
T's and P's. Brian Kelly, also dead. He was murdered, as well as the kid that he murdered at Notre Dame for making him go up on that scissor lift.
Oh.
I don't know if we
and
can
then
say
we also had
under his watch.
Wentz. Carson Wentz, also dead, and Sean Taylor, also dead.
Wish HJ was here right now. How bad must JJ McCarthy be to throw out basically a robotic man at this point at
Not
quarterback?
even robotic.
It's the
got a piece.
NFL. You got to be able to find
The
somebody.
guy's got a piece of how bad is Max Brosmer?
Yeah.
He's got a piece of yarn holding his arm to his shoulder socket. He's out there throwing it. We're not even running the ball. We're throwing it 50 times.
The AI images of Kevin O'Connell visiting Wentz in the hospital. This week. You gotta look him up.
Anybody see that one of is JJ McCarthy with his high ankle sprain, and it was Mel Gibson talking to the Jesus Christ actor, and it was like Carson Wentz after basically a no right shoulder. They're just chatting.
And then these two gentlemen, they are not 6 feet under yet, but soon to be dead. Adam Silver and Terry Rozier.
Silver's not dead.
He's an alien.
He looks like it.
All right, I'm going to hand this off to AG. Take us through everyone's favorite segment, the David Bennett, This Dog is Barking, AG.
Yep. So Ruzak Financial, of course, sponsoring us here on this one with the David Bennett, This Dog is Barking. Still 22-13 against the spread, and then 12-23 straight up, but we've picked some dogs. So money ahead, definitely. Double G in the lead, followed by PG, AG, HJ, Dudley, and then CJ rounding out the bottom per usual. But the picks for this week, PG, Arkansas State at Troy, plus 7.5.
Shout out Arkansas State. We haven't talked about them since week 3, but shout out Arkansas State.
They're scrappy.
Let's go.
HJ with the Dodgers in 7. I'm not sure on the line on that. Maybe Dudley can look that up for us while I go through the rest. CJ.
Does that even count as that'd be like a 4-point dog in football?
That's got to be favored.
No, I want to say it's like
the Dodgers are plus 190 right now.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
That's like a toss-up in football. That cannot be a dog of the week pick.
No, I got Europe was plus 170, and I got 4 points for them. So
that was a little bit different.
CJ,
I think that's a stretch.
Europe wasn't pitching Yasuhiro Yamamoto.
He's due for a bad game.
Game 6 and 7.
Yeah.
CJ, our fighting midshipman, going to North Texas, the Mean Green Machine, Navy plus 6.5.
Come on.
Bias Better AG, taking Wake Forest plus 10.5 at Florida State. I think Florida State has officially quit on the season. Double G, Pitt at Stanford, taking Stanford again, plus 14.5. The well still has water in it, so Grady's going to it. Nice. And then Dudley taking Cincy plus 10 at Utah. A wild line. I'm sure he'll get into that on his slide, but that is the whose dog is barking this week.
Paul and PG's taking the Razorbacks at Troy. I missed that. You know, Iowa State went to Fayetteville and beat that Arkansas team.
Arkansas State is a hell of a ball club. Why you would ever have them a 7.5-point dog, Vegas absolutely doesn't know what they're talking about. All right, moving out of This Dog is Barking into the matchup of the week. We've got Arizona State traveling to Ames this weekend. It will be the Arizona State football program's 6th coldest kickoff ever. And it's not even that bad in Iowa this time of year. We do not have Bias Better HJ on the pod tonight, but to take us through a little bit of breakdown of Arizona State, Ramzag, what do you got?
Well, it is pretty cold in Iowa. My furnace did go out over the night, so that was a pretty chilly morning waking up here, but I got in there and got it fixed. Diesel mechanic school. Got it figured out. Arizona State, they're a reeling ball club, the same with Iowa State. Both teams are looking to, kind of right the ship. Arizona State not as much, but quarterback out. They are wearing the gold pants and the white tops, which they have not lost in yet this year. And for that reason, I am taking the Arizona State Sun Devils.
Lee, what do you got?
2 words. Rocco Becht, Jeff Sims, must see TV. One team has Jeff Sims playing quarterback, the other team does not. Do not overthink it. This is also going to be the 6th coldest game Arizona State has played in the last 50 years, and it's not even going to be that cold. Jordan Tyson's probably out. I'd be shocked if Iowa State doesn't win this by at least a touchdown. I think they'll probably win by double digits.
What's the line on it?
7.5 right now. Unless Big Dudley got that thing Sunday morning at 3.5 because I knew there was no
Jesus.
shot Levitt was going to play.
How does Iowa State's defense look for a quarterback who cannot throw and has below average wheels getting out of the pocket?
So Carson Wentz is playing for Arizona
Yeah,
State?
basically. How would they do against the Minnesota Vikings is what I'm asking you.
Then Arizona State will be pretty one-dimensional. I think Heacock's fine against a one-dimensional team. I think they'll be okay.
Yeah, way to throw it.
It'll be a low-scoring game. I think Iowa State's going to try to run the ball a lot with how well they ran the ball against BYU. Arizona State's going to have to run the ball a lot. You'll get 1-ish, maybe 2 longer drives out of Arizona State, but the game will kind of fly by in between TV commercials and watching that dumb guy with the clock stand on the field.
Your picks are coming up, Dudley. If when we get to your slide, if you could just keep throwing out last names that nobody else knows but you, I think that'd be great for our following. Moving on out of the matchup of the week, we're going to ride the BB gun. He was quite hot last week. He tried to warn us about Minnesota being complete frauds. You've got some interesting lines this week. What are you looking at, BB gun?
I like all my games this week, honestly, which scares me, but I've been hot all year. I'm going to ride. So Ohio State, I had them at 19.5. I got them there. I think Ohio State covers. I'm pretty sure Ohio State is undefeated, or maybe like 7-1 on covers, or 6-1 on covers this year. I think Penn State is dog water, so I think Ohio State covers again at 19.5 or 20.5. I like both. Minnesota is a bounce back game. Again, we're the new Iowa little brothers, so I think we just bounce back against a crap team at home, win by 10 points minimum. So I am thinking about whaling Minnesota. And then I like Nebraska at home. Matt Rule signed. I think vibes are high. I think they come out guns blazing. Like Nebraska +6 as well. So I like
USC
all the whole teams.
USC is ranked. Does that make you afraid? Matt Rule has only ever beaten 2 ranked opponents in the
He
history
doesn't have
of
to
his.
win to cover 6. He don't have to
That's
win.
He don't
true.
gotta win. He just
Do you guys
don't
know
gotta
who his
win.
2 ranked wins were?
Well, they were at Temple, so I think one
I
of
think
them
he
was
beat
the
an Iowa State
midshipman.
ranked team at one point, and Notre Dame.
Oh, when he was at Baylor?
Yeah.
Let's say Minnesota goes down this week to Michigan State. Does your opinion on the head coach change at all, BB Gun?
Hell no, we're gonna have him for 10 years. Someone was saying that he was like Arkansas was heavily looking at PJ Fleck. I don't know who we'd get, but they can have him. I don't want to win 7 games a year and be happy. No, I don't. I don't like PJ Fleck. Honestly, I don't hate him. He is what he is. I hate his fucking mantras too.
Yeah,
That's
that's a
what
joke.
the public hates him, and I look stupid for rooting for him because of his stupid mantras. That's the last thing I'm gonna say on him.
So you like the home Big Ten teams this weekend?
I like all the.
Who's SDSU got coming off just a terrible, embarrassing loss?
Well, I texted everybody. I shouldn't say I texted everybody. I texted people that were betting on that game that NDSU was a whale. I got them at 4.5, And then the quarterback went out and it was 7.5. And I've seen the backup play and he was miserably bad. So yeah, that was a whale pick and I made a lot of money on it. So they play Indiana State. Won't know what the line is. I'm staying away from it, so I don't even care what it is.
All right. Thank you, BB Gun. Moving into Dudley. Dudley's got a lot going on for our
Good
YouTube
God,
following.
look at this.
Dudley's got a lot going on. Dudley, I know we can rely on Winkleman to be here at this time next week. Dudley's already diving all in on the college basketball lines. He's obviously got some college football lines. What are you looking at this week, Dudley?
Okay, so I had Iowa State minus 3.5. That was a big one. If you're following my Action Network account, you saw that go in pretty quick. Little insider knowledge. Texas Tech minus 7 against K-State. I'm still of the mind that Texas Tech is pretty darn good when Barrett Morton plays. He should be good to go. They should be playing. I do think that line will be good enough to kind of stop any type of run game out of K-State. And then if you make Avery Johnson one-dimensional, that could get a little ugly for him. And then Kansas minus 22.5. When you get a terrible team like Oklahoma State in that conference, you just blindly pick who they're playing against every week, and it covers most of the time. So we're just going to kind of stick with it. As long as Kansas doesn't just completely roll over after last week's loss, they should be able to run all over Oklahoma State and should be in pretty good shape to kill them. Then we also got some basketball games as well. So the big one that you can get a line out right now, BYU minus 7.5 is my lock of the week next week for college basketball against Villanova. It's like a 9:30 tip on Monday. Really good game. BYU, I think, is just way too athletic, which is not what you'd think with a bunch of Mormons playing basketball, but I do think they are way too athletic for Villanova.
That's an
Kevin Willard's team
oxymoron.
is all brand new transfers at Villanova. It's basically going to be a BYU home game in Las Vegas. I don't see a way that Villanova kind of keeps that thing competitive. And then I also put guesses on what I think the lines will be for Iowa State, Kansas, and Oklahoma State. I think Kansas and Oklahoma State are both kind of undervalued right now with how bad of their last year was. Oklahoma State has Anthony Roy, who led Division One last year in points at Green Bay. He's been very good in their scrimmages. I think he'll be able to kind of kill Oral Roberts here next Tuesday. And then I also have Kansas. They figured out that they're, yes, what?
That's another name that absolutely nobody knows. Did you just call out a transfer from Green Bay?
I know
Oh,
about
yeah.
him. He's fucking good.
He's good.
Did
He's
Green
good,
Bay
Paul.
did they win a game last
He
year?
was
They
hurt all
won 3
year.
games last year. They almost beat Oklahoma State last year and then got killed every other game from there on out. Kansas has 2 good freshmen on that team. I think they'll be in good shape. And then Iowa State, kind of the play I like to do with them is blindly bet them to cover all of these games early in the year. TJ Otzelberger is very verbal about wanting to cover the Ken Palm spread. They know it. They want to beat it. So you just blindly pick that thing all the time. So yeah, as long as it's under that Ken Palm spread, just hammer Iowa State. It won't hit every time, but you'll win more times than you lose.
Back to football quick. You got Iowa State at 3.5, but you still like them at 7.5?
Think so. Yeah, I think they should be able to win that thing by 10. At least if I'm driving down there for it to potentially snow on me, they better cover 7.5. I would like to leave in the third quarter in a good way, not like the BYU game in a bad way.
Moving out of, our 2 college experts, Dudley and Winkleman, they've been on fire. If you paid attention to our first slide, we are absolutely killing it in college football this year. I think 77-48. It's just an unreal clip. Moving into a few of our other bias bettors who focus a little bit more on the NFL, but still have some college teams. Cowherd's chasing us down. I mean, you got to give the guy some props. He's got 3 straight 4-1 weeks. Last week, the 4 spreads he bet, he hit. He took 1 over-under, and he missed it by half a point. The guy is on a heater. He's on an all-time heater. His cock is out on his show. He is just absolutely eating up his 4-1 weeks. If you have any children at home, don't watch The Herd Monday through Friday, FS1, 9 o'clock.
Boss.
But the bias bettors we're still up 62.5 winning percentage against the herd. Very good. Coming off another winning week, 3-2. We've only had one losing week on the year. So let's get into some more picks. Ramzag, what do you like this week in your games?
I'll skip over Notre Dame just at BC. It's gonna be ugly, folks. It is gonna be ugly. I mean,
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
there might be some manslaughter charges against the Notre Dame offensive line come Saturday afternoon. Just gonna be a road pavers, if you know what I mean. And then jumping over, that's the only college game I got out of my three teams. Washington and Iowa are making pushes here. Washington, they got a favorable schedule, so watch out. They play Oregon in the final week of the season. Pretty much a win, and see what happens there.
Dudley, do we need to start talking Iowa Hawkeyes path to the playoff? Dudley,
No,
do we
we
need to start
don't.
talking about that?
Please, I would love that talk.
We'll skip over that.
Let's do the talk.
Nope,
Well,
they don't even play this
unfortunately,
week.
their first loss looks much worse now than it did at one point in time. But
It's a loss, though, is it not? It is a loss.
it
A
is a
loss is a
loss.
loss.
Anyway.
Iowa State's
As was
well
last
versed in
year, and as
losses.
was Hunter Decker's. Just a
AG,
lot of
how do you
losses.
feel about Purdy being back?
Well, I don't know. Mac Jones might be in a similar situation to Carson Wentz. He might be up above us as well, because man, he is a walking cast. Purdy's got an injured toe and can't
Cam
play.
Newton said that Mac Jones could be elite in that system, just like Purdy is. Was that not the case the last couple weeks?
Mac Jones was elite until he just got completely slaughtered and hurt.
3 weeks in a row.
Well, Purdy's been sitting out with a toe, so small hands check down this week. Take the under with Purdy back. Gross.
Hold on, AG. You follow these teams. Speaking of Fox Sports, we basically have a partnership with them. We're using all their logos, for goodness sakes. Did anyone see the rants on Twitter Saturday night / Sunday morning from Jake Butt, former Michigan tight end, Fox Sports football analysis guy? Oh, he cannot believe the Iowa Hawkeyes and Washington Huskies are not ranked. He thinks the AP poll is a joke. We've been calling it out all year. They've been undervaluing the Big 12 and just absolutely blowing their load on the SEC. It's a complete travesty. Jake Butt's calling it out. Ramzag's calling it out. Go ahead, Ramzag. What do you got, Dudley?
What's like the win that you would hang your hat on to get Iowa ranked?
Minnesota's
I'll hang up and listen. Thank you.
It's a good loss against Indiana.
Oh my God, you're just like what? You're one of them now, Paul. You sound like an SEC mouth breather.
That's what you have to do. That's what you have to do.
Our quarterback got hurt, and the all-time he's made the most field goals in Iowa history, missed a chip shot, or else we beat Indiana.
I mean, Iowa State played without like 5 guys and almost beat a 7-1 Cincinnati team, and they were up 20 on BYU.
Well, here's the thing. Those
are 2 good losses.
Iowa raped Minnesota. Minnesota beat Nebraska. Nebraska beat Cincinnati. Ranked.
Oh, getting flexed on.
Cincinnati's a bad 7-1 team because their one loss is to Matt Rule. So they're a bad 7-1
I agree
team.
with that.
That was so long ago. Basically in a road game.
What do you got for the NFL, AG?
All right. So anyways, Denver at Houston. I can't believe Wink has Denver. I can't believe he didn't jump all over this. Houston, they're getting overvalued. They played the 49ers, who practically is a hospital, a nursing home team. The 49ers had everybody hurt. They couldn't get any pressure. Houston has allowed the most QB hurries in the league this season. Denver has the most QB sacks. Houston, CJ Stroud doesn't get sacked much because he's pretty elusive. I think Denver's going to be in the backfield. CJ Stroud's going to be running backwards like he usually is. Unlike against the 49ers, I do not know why Houston's favored at all in this game. They are trash, just like that slide showed. So take Denver plus 1.5. Basketball. And then the last one, the Jags -3.5 at the Raiders. They're coming off a bye. The Raiders are terrible. They've quit. This is the team that the Jaguars beat. They beat the inferior opponents, but if they have to play a team like the Rams, maybe the best team in the league, for some reason we're off the herd hierarchy. Then they were up to number 4 the week after. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. He's an idiot. But take the Jags. Those are my picks.
I like them. Is that an NFL over/under that's not even to 40?
Yes.
39.5.
When you were talking, I was thinking you were telling me all about the defenses. I'm like, oh, that's a classic under game. I moved the Zoom window, you guys out of the way, and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's not even at 40. When I was moving the Zoom window, I accidentally went to the next slide, which is just our typical. The NBA is trash. What do you got for us, Double G?
Let's talk some basketball.
Basketball.
Got nothing for you except for 2 picks for Friday because unfortunately the NBA is under a little scrutiny these days, so they're not releasing lines too far ahead. But I like the 76ers -1.5 on Friday and the Hawks -2.5 at the Pacers on Friday as well.
Just to clarify, if your lawyer's not going to let you talk about it, we understand. Are you in potential of getting roped into the allegations, Double G?
No comment.
We may be losing a bias better by the end of the season. I hope you like prison food and penis.
As far as football picks go, I just could not lean into Notre Dame. So far, I still believe in Bill O'Brien, even though he's literally dead. I'll go into my football picks. The Lions are very good against just horrible teams, so I'm going to take them -8.5, and then I'm going to take the Bills +2.5. Mahomes is 1-1 at Buffalo in his career all time. Everybody's picking the Chiefs so far, so I'm going to zag, take the Bills
You're
+2.5.
doing it again.
like
You're
it.
picking against the Chiefs. You're doing it again. What are you doing?
Love it. I love it, Dudley. And then college basketball. Couldn't quite get a line on the South Dakota at Creighton matchup. We'll see what that comes out at. I really didn't want to guess. I respect Dudley's guesses.
20.5.
And then I don't even know if I emailed the group today and asked who if I had Duke as a team or not. No one responded.
You
But
don't. You
okay.
don't.
I just I guess I just listed that game. I'm not gonna pick it or anything. But the Double G TD parlay this week, we got Tyrone Tracy and Rasheed Rice +264.
You deserved it. Who's hot slide? You got some money basketball picks and that national tight end day TD parlay. What a pick for Double
Gotta
G.
have
What
it.
a week for Double G.
Appreciate it.
All right, moving into my slide. I usually don't take much time, but I'm loving some of these lines. I've got 4 picks already. I may have 7 or 8 by the end of the week. If you can see, as long as your unit total on the year is $100,000, I've made you over 80 grand. So keep betting with me. It's been just a hell of a year for the big bettors. Speaking of big bettors, this week we've got an absolute battle down in Boulder. We've got Arizona going to Colorado. Colorado, they know their coach is probably out the door. They don't have the athletes they've had in the year past, but man, if we saw anything late on Saturday night, they've still got some fight in them. So give me the Zona Rado over. If anyone truly watched that game, it was legitimately 49-0 at halftime. Colorado was behind. However, it's the Arizona Wildcats. I can't trust that defense. Give me the over. Give me the over in the USC Nebraska game. I personally, Nebraska's pulling out all the stops. They're re-signing their pathetic head coach. They're going like Iowa, going blackout late on Saturday night. Just give me the over. Give me some fireworks. I do think USC probably wins. And then Michigan. Anytime Sharon Moore, who's a complete fraud, gets a lame duck like Purdue coming to town, he's going to wax them. Michigan -21 is my pick of the week. And then in the NFL, tonight's game, Ravens-Dolphins. I had the Ravens. I had the under. Just absolutely dialed
Lock.
in. It's,
51.5.
Let's go.
That's an
Let's
unbelievable
go.
lock of the century.
Yeah.
And then This one's last on my list because it's just a lean right now.
Yeah.
I'd be betting with the mouth breathing Cowboy fans. I've got the Cowboys -2.5 on Monday Night Football against the Cardinals. But I may flip that. That gets up to 3.5. I'm definitely going Cardinals. Vegas always does bad when the Cowboys are favorited a small spread like that because all those mouth breathing Cowboy fans just hammer it. And then the Seahawks Commanders game, I just can't bet that yet. I don't know if Daniels is going to play, so I'm staying away. But a lot of picks on the docket this weekend. I'm liking a lot of them. That's what I've got. Bias Better PGZ. And then we'll just quickly go through Bias Better HJ. She's not with us tonight, but I do like some of her picks. She's got Vandy to keep their momentum going. They definitely have the better quarterback against Texas. So she's got Vandy to cover. BB Gunn doesn't agree with that. She's got Iowa State to cover, so she's all in with Dudley, and then she's going to ride the best team in the nation, the team that everyone's saying should have lost the Iowa Hawkeyes. She's got Indiana going into Maryland and covering 21.5. And not calling HJ a mouth breather, but she is on the Cowboys -2.5 against her to keep the Cardinals up Monday Night Football. What do you see out of that Texas team, BB Gunn?
I don't see X's and O's. I see what does Vegas want you to bet. They're putting you in on Vandy +2.5. It doesn't make sense. Bet Texas.
Vandy's finally a top 10 team for the first time since Vietnam. And they're still giving Texas the nod. I kind of tend to agree with that.
Hannah is also not an X's and O's person. She is a whatever team she reads first, I think she picks it.
And then one thing we'll just talk about briefly before we have to finish on a bit of a somber note. HJ's quest to $1,000. She's had multiple times starting with $5, hitting 4 to 5 bets in a row, getting into the hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and she keeps rolling it over. And she's like 10-2 on this quest so far, and she's got nothing to show for it. So her loving husband is trying to be financially responsible and getting her to quit, but she wants your pick. She wants to keep going for $1,000. It's nearly impossible, but she's going to keep riding it. And lastly, bit of a somber note. We finally had a poor week against Joe Klatt. The sad part is our college football bets last week were 8-4, and the 5 we submitted against Joe Klatt were 1-4. So we went 7-0 in any college football bet outside of this. And Joe Klatt, he's a fighter. He's fighting from the grave. He had a 4-1 week. So right now we're at a 61% clip. Joel Klatt's only at 41% clip. I'm not worried about it. But like we always said, we're not here to hide. We're always going to post our records.